What's going on, everybody? So this is my third stream of Total Victory World Conflict 1939 to 45. You could tell just by the amount of streams I'm doing on this game is it's on my mind a lot. So I wanted to do this third stream. And I was gonna kind of hold off. I'm like, I'm gonna wait for the game because there's no save and load function, and I hate starting from every scenario from the beginning. But check this out. I don't know how Alvaro is doing this. He's like a bloody Data from Star Trek, So now, if you go to save game, as you can see, I tested it out. You can hit 2, and you can hit quick save. Done. And I did check to see if it loaded 1. It did. So, man. So yeah. I am very I'm just very excited about this. I don't know what this guy is doing to me, man. It's gonna take over my life here. All right, so a couple of things I wanted to kind of go over because I got comments in the last video. One guy screamed at me for like oh wow, okay. One guy screamed at me because I got the numbers wrong. I watch a lot of documentaries, especially the old ones in the 1980s. I felt, when History Channel first came out on cable, right, it was like epic, right? All they did was play documentaries. It was just documentary after documentary after documentary. It was crazy good. It was basically what the History Channel was supposed to be. Anyway, they had like World War II documentary that I would just constantly watch, and it was awesome. I loved it. Now the thing about it is, I don't know if it was that documentary or another documentary or maybe a book I read. I don't know, but there was I was under the assumption that the Soviets had a lot more soldiers on the Eastern Front than the Germans did, and I recall something, either a book, article, whatever, in the last maybe 6 months that I read that said that. So I kind of went based on that. And I know there are videos that I watch. I don't know if you guys heard of Tick on YouTube. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, that guy is blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, look, Tick, World War II documentaries. Okay, so I really like his documentaries because he does like a full in-depth thing on Barbarossa, right? Like a full in-depth, and animations, all that good stuff, and you can see he has a lot of stuff. And he cites sources. So I watch a lot of his documentaries. So they're really good. I would recommend you guys subscribe to him. I don't think he's posted something recently. Yeah, 1 year ago was the last one. I don't know what happened. I think he took a hiatus, so just to kind of, before we dive into this game, I just want to kind of do a shout out for my game, The Glorious Cause, because me and Alvaro are kind of in the same boat. We are both indie developers. We both have staffs to pay, and contractors to pay, all that stuff basically. I call it. So this is my game, The Glorious Cause. You could just type in The Glorious Cause, right? And it pops up right away. There is a free demo. Now, just want to give you a heads up. The demo is 2D straight down. We have changed that to 2.5D. This is just one of our latest from 2 weeks ago. This shows you the difficulty in having a 2.5 2D units and a 2D map. And as you can see, this looks awkward. This is awkward too. But Ben and Sophia on our team have been incredible. So like this still looks awkward, but he was able to make it look and blend in very well. So and then also like houses appeared like this, and we were like, what the heck's going on? There were significant memory issues. Ben figured that out. He's an incredible programmer. I have to figure out something special to do for him, man, because he's incredible. We also have James, our project programming lead, that is working on the AI. I notice it's like he rolled it out, he upgraded it. It's still, you know, we're still tweaking it, but I'm noticing, like, you know. And so this is basically what we went from this to this, and all this is done by Sophia, which is the artist that did this. She impressed me so much that I was just like, can you come back and be part of the team to do this? And it's incredible. Okay, that's the farthest it goes. But I am planning to release, and this is the actual thing that we're going to be doing. Now, one thing I wanted to ask from you guys is, Sophia mentioned that so we have like new campaign, continue war, save dispatches. She had a really good idea of having new campaign in script type form. So this is going to be slightly modified. Let me know what you guys think if you want this in script type form. I think it's a good idea. She really has an eye for art. So yeah. And this poll, you guys all voted on it, so I already put it in our work items that Lexington and Concord is going to be our next scenario, and we are going to we're going to release 0.4 very, very soon. Well, soon. So I'm not going to give it away, but you're not going to have to wait till June. Let's just say that. And I just got the book that is sold out. So American Battlefield Trust, and I'm getting my sources on where units are from various books and all this stuff. But one thing I wanted to get was this book from the American Battlefield Trust. And okay, well, now it's sold for used. Okay, so you can buy it used. I had a hard time getting it, and there's only one left in stock. So I scoured the internet. I found the book. It actually delivered yesterday. So this is going to be another source. There are other books that I'm looking into, like I'm doing Washington's Crossing. So this is another book that we will be coordinating our research on where units are exactly at the most pivotal time. So this is one book that I was highly recommended. There is also well, you know, you guys all know about this book, right? David McCullough. What? 1776 book. There you go. 2005 book. David McCullough. So this is another book that we're going to be referencing. And man, there's so many sources that I have to go through. It's just ridiculous. But I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys can jump on this site, you know, follow, wish list the game, highly appreciate it. We are putting a lot of work into it. I'm gonna hopefully do a dev diary by tomorrow. I'm gonna stay up late and try to do that, if not Tuesday. But I've been recording gameplay footage and bugs and work items, and it's just a lot. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know that. Let's get to the game. Okay, now Oh, and by the way, so another comment I got from the game developer Alvaro himself. So I was wondering how headquarters worked in this game. So like you have the 4th Panzer Group, right? And you can see all these icons that are attached to it, right? And he says how HQs work is that they attach to the closest unit. It keeps it simple without micromanagement. Love that. Perhaps as a later option, I will add limits and let players assign the HQs. I would love that. I probably will do both. Go into options and, you know, like have this 4th Panzer Group and then maybe have certain units attached directly to it. And then there might be sometimes I just might want to just like not deal with that micromanagement. But I love that he thought of that, which is freaking awesome. And then he mentioned that anytime you want me to look at your game, let me know. It is looking real good. I keep an eye on it. Thanks for doing a video on the game. Hey man, Alvaro, thank you, because you know, I'll tell you, 3 kids, a job, a non-profit running. I'm running a non-profit and making a PC game, and then I have another project that I'm trying to get off the ground. Is just too much, and it stresses me the frack out. And this game is what I look forward to, and it relaxes me. So instead of me, you know, emptying out a bottle of vodka, I get to play this game, which is much more healthier for me. Okay, so. Alright. So I got the 4th. I'm gonna detach this guy, move him up here. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to attack. 4-1, 3-1. Let's actually use the Air Force a little bit. Oh, I took heavy loss on that one. Nice. Okay, 13 to 19, 5 to 15. 6-1. Take it. Beautiful. 3-1. Push. Nice. And I got. Okay, beautiful. So I got 2 more here. I don't know what I should do with them. I'm probably going to use them to strengthen the center. Right. Ooh, these. I would be an idiot not to do this. And then 12-1. I'll take those odds any day of the week, my friends. Oh, those are motorized. So I'm kind of curious, what games have you guys? Oh, PJK 1997. Hey, let's see this game. By the way, you have wrong description on the game link. Star Trek Across the. Seriously? I swear, I'm starting to hate YouTube, man. Because it's telling me title is Total War Conflict. I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately. I changed the title of the thing, right? So it shouldn't. There was a bug in YouTube. If you override the game, right? Like for example, if you make a game with the title, and then end the stream, and then create another game, right, with the same stream title, it will not record, right? It won't save it. So that's a bug, and it's been there for a while. I changed the name of it, so I don't understand why it says Star Trek Across the Universe, which is beyond me, but YouTube is whatever. I'll have to change it afterward, I guess. I don't know. It's just... But one thing I wanted to know about you guys is, have you guys been watching any good movies lately? I saw something with my wife. My wife wants to be watching new movies together, and Hulu has The Babysitter, House Sitter, something like that. No. Oh, watch The Sitter. Yeah, The Sitter. No, that's not it. Okay. I don't know. It's Hulu new movie. If I could recommend anything, this was really good. This was really good. I was really surprised by it. I think it is called... Watch YouTube demonetize me for that, like, for that thing. But, daggone, what was the name of that movie? Oh, The Housemaid. Thank you. It's called The Housemaid, and thanks to my wife, Housemaid. This movie is really, really good. If you get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. It is crazy. It is like really good movie. I had no idea, like, I had a feeling like this is just gonna be a bland movie. No, it was really good. So if you get a chance, watch it, check it out. It's worth it. Okay, let's go here. 3 to 1. Let's go here. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you guys is, in this game, right, do you feel that, what do you call, if you cut off, like, for example, this unit is technically cut off, right? I mean, there is a land connection, technically, but there's a river in between. I feel, honestly, personally, that this unit should be suffering, I don't know how much, I think this is day by day, but I feel like this unit should be suffering from losses in terms of supplies, and significant losses. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Oh, there's a tank there. Okay, so I don't know how you guys feel about that, but, you know, I do feel that that is one of those things that it should suffer. And I had, like, in the last video, I had, like, a bunch of German armored divisions, whatever, surrounded completely, and one stayed the same in terms of their combat, and the other one increased, I think. So it was just weird. I was like, what the heck is going on? So, I don't know. But I would love, because, I mean, logistics is such a big part of warfare. You know, I've interviewed a lot of people that are, you know, that, like, advise NATO and are in the military, really high up in the military, and, you know, a lot of the feedback I get from listening to these high-ranking troops, high-ranking officers, is that logistics wins wars, in essence. 6 to 1, I'll take that. And the one thing that I love that he did, and I said this in the last one, is this is the official border, but now he allows you to kind of see what territory you gained. So that is cool. 10 to 1. Nice. And then this is the 13th Infantry Division. Closer to the front. I got a lot of troops. I'll put this guy on a railroad. Rail. Gotta love the railroad, the choo-choo. I definitely want to push this guy forward. Push this guy forward. And no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I need to push this guy there. I'll do something like that. So these guys are just security divisions. You guys know what those are. I can't wait for this game to come out, man. There's like a little part of me that wishes like Alvaro would hire like, and I know it's not, and I think I don't know if I learned this at Microsoft or whatever, but I know that throwing more engineers at the problem, like adding 2 times your staff, is not going to rapidly increase the release date. In fact, it might hurt it in many cases. But I wish the opposite was true. Because I would love for this game to not be released in September or is it August, September, whatever, of 2026. I don't think my patience or my anxiety or whatever, I don't care, is like, dude, no, we gotta, you know, we gotta get this done. We gotta get this game. You never know, he might release another demo with more, you know, just more 60 minutes. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, wait, he wasn't ready. Where's the cavalry? Did I use the cavalry already? Yes, I did. I went all the way there. All right, let's go there. I'm gonna hit this guy. How bad? I got 13. And it's easy to understand because, like, you have air 200. I lost 13. They lost 25. So, very easy, very simple to understand. I really like that. I recorded a video I'm probably gonna post tomorrow, and if you're a Victoria 2 fan, you gotta love my video. You're gonna love my video. Four to 1, okay. But before we do that, let's damage them a little bit. That's enough. 4 to 1. Okay. Okay, beautiful. The thing I'm just concerned about is, like, what do you call it? So I'm gonna move these units like that to protect my airplanes, my aerial planes. Now I'm kind of curious if you guys have been watching any good shows. I've personally have not had any. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's put them off. Give me just one division. But one show that I've watched, and I know some of you guys might be like, dude, seriously? You watching that show? But and I don't try to get political or anything like that, but I watched this show, and this is a really cool show, and I know some people are going to be like, dude, seriously? This is like, this is, it's not a show I would watch, I really enjoyed this show. The characters, I mean, it has a lot of, not gonna get into politics or anything at all, but if you kind of look back in history, you can find comparisons to things that actually did happen and stuff like that. So, that's one thing. I think one of the founding fathers mentioned that we always have to remain vigilant for tyranny or corruption never to see the light of day, in essence. Oh, 64. Let's move these guys forward. This is the 4th Panzer Group. I forgot who's in charge. I need to actually always constantly look at this. That one's not that great. He's good. Okay, so let us... I want to put him where my... I know in the middle I have a lot of tanks coming in. Not here. I don't know. All right, I'll move him here. Cool, because I do have a number of tanks coming in through here, and then I have this. I think I'm gonna leave this one alone for right now, and I know some of you guys are gonna be like, why would you leave it alone? That's just stupid. The reason I want to leave it alone is because I could use that as like a strategic reserve, right? Oh, he's really good. And this is the 2nd Panzer Group. Okay, so I'm gonna put you right there. Get command of that. And then I'm gonna put him here to get control of that force. The only thing I'm worried about is here, but these guys will swing around and cover that. And the cool thing about this is, if I get interrupted, I can, resume later, Oh, wow, okay. I could actually do that. That is... Would that be useful? Will I be out on the ledge here? I don't know. Oh, no, let's do that. I just destroyed 2 there. I like that. Alright. Let's go here. No, I don't have enough for them. No, I'm not doing that. I could do that. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna keep these guys, this armored core from Von Kluge. I wonder if the game, like, as it gets better, no, not gets better, excuse me, as the game progresses, like, you start in 39, I wish it started in 36. No, not really. 39 is good. If, like, Kluge gain experience, I think I read it, they do, but I just, oh man, my stream is way behind. It's like, I don't know, like a minute or 2 behind. Is AI garbage in this, like, all the developers' earlier games? Anthony Donroll 235. Is AI garbage in this, like, all the developers' earlier games? Are you talking about this game, or I'm just curious, like, which one are you referring to? Like, as far as I know, Alvaro hired contractors, and I mean, I know he does a lot himself. I know he hired contractors to do certain things. So did like Grand Tactician. But like, I'll be honest, I keep in touch with a lot of developers. And I know some people are gonna be like, you know, AI is evil and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, like, AI scares me because, you know, we're at the point of agentic AI, and then after agentic AI is superhuman AI, I believe, which is in essence Skynet. So we need to put, like, I think some AI is good to a point, and then we need to stop it. I think there's a book called, this is a really good book if you want to learn. This is made by so this is made by two people. I was watching a documentary on this, and they really go into deep into it. But not only them, Alan I was watching another documentary, Turing, who you probably know from no, what's it called? Alan Turing, I think. Something called The Imitation Game. Okay, so he broke the Enigma machine, and the real guy had actually a warning for us about AI. And I'll see if I can link it in the description. I'm hoping I remember. But he even said that we need to be extremely careful with AI. And I completely agree. Absolutely agree. However, not however, that's a fancy but. That's a fancy but. But in essence, my attack delay, let's do 1 because it takes forever sometimes. Let's just do 1. But I'm starting to see publishers, a lot of publishers move away from niche audiences, right? I'm not going to mention who, but they are moving away from niche audiences. So like, people like me love games like this. People like me love games like this. So Gary Grigsby's War in the East. And I'm generally, I get hesitant sometimes with you know, Grognard, because this is fully Grognard, but I enjoyed playing this game. This is like the closest you'll ever get to being like a field commander and stuff, and it's an incredible game, highly worth the $80, but sometimes they reduce that down to like, I think even close to like 40, somewhere $40 to $50. So sales are great. So like, these are niche audiences. There are millions of people that love games like this, but there are now publishers that are moving away from that and going to more of a casual, focusing on like more of a, what do you call it? Appealing more to the casual gamer. And I know some of you guys are gonna hate me for this, but fact is, it is what it is. I wanted to love this game. I really did. I honestly wanted to love this game, and you know, it has very positive reviews, and I can see that, you know, a lot of you guys probably love this game. It has 91% positive, 88%. I am not that huge of a fan. I really like Hearts Iron 3 for numerous reasons. I feel this has a lot of cool stuff in it. Like you can customize your destroyers, aircraft, you know, make a B-17 fly further or fly shorter with a heavier payload. Like really cool stuff. I don't like things like Army experience, air experience, all that stuff. You know, it's just it's not on my boat house, and I know there's ways around it. There are mods and all this other stuff, but there are things that really upset me about this game. Is like they took out the core system, right? And we know cores existed in World War II, right? In this game, it's armies and divisions. Why would you do that? And then they also took out one thing. I actually interviewed Paradox about this. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there was the British Home Guard. You guys are probably familiar with that. But there was also the American Home Guard, which technically still exists. It's called, they go by many names. Officially, by law, they're called Defense Forces, right? Per federal law. So if you go here, you go to summary. What the heck is going on with this website? Okay, whatever. Good old WordPress. I gotta love it. But under federal law, USC, section 109, you know, grants states to have their own military that's separate from the federal government. Does not report to the president. Congress doesn't fund it. Nothing like that. They've been around since 1917, and they date back all the way to, I mean, Connecticut dates theirs back to 1775. So, quite a long time. Now, they are, in essence, National Guard Reserve. So during peacetime, they augment the National Guard Reserve. They're a force multiplier. They handle things like search and rescue, things like that. I did, when I was in National Guard did joint task force missions with State Guard. Really important missions, really important CBRN missions. And each State Guard is a little different. There's about 20 of them, roughly. You guys probably know about the Florida State Guard. It was in the news recently. They actually have like former special forces in their specialized military unit, like SF guys. So like I actually did join the State Guard in New York once the federal military, I'm just gonna say this because I want to protect myself. Once my asthma became apparent, I'm just gonna say it like that, right? Once they find out you have asthma, you're done. However, the State Guard will take you, right? So you can still serve along your National Guard brothers and sisters. They also do missions with U.S. Army, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, all that stuff. Anyway, Hearts of Iron 4 took them out, and I was like, why would you do that? I used the state militia in Hearts of Iron 2, and I think they were in Hearts of Iron 3. I used the state militia in the United States as like just in case, right? And one of the U.S. Army War College professors that I interviewed and I talked to on a semi-regular basis, basically, if Japan took Pearl Harbor and was going to do a Western invasion of the United States, the State Guard's duty was to hold back the Japanese army. Obviously, it's not going to win, but it was meant to be like a delaying action until the U.S. Army got redeployed. So that was like my strategy in Hearts of Iron, but they took them out. And they were like, we're just going to leave National Guard units so you can use National Guard units. And I'm like, well, I want to send my National Guard units overseas because that's where they were historically. So, Anthony Donroll 235 says, okay, so he says, yes, the developer made 2 earlier games produced by Matrix Games. Yeah, he made Warplan Pacific. Let's check this out. because I know it's in here. Is this done by... No, it's not. Let's go to War Plan. So now Steam has this thing where you have to put AI at the bottom if your game actually uses AI, and I don't see anything AI here. So I don't know if he was grandfathered in. War Plan Pacific, this is his other game that he made. I don't see anything regarding AI. Let's hit Kraken Studios, because I know he made his own game. Let's go back. Total Victory. Store page. Okay, and you hit Kraken Studios, and he did make this game, and this is a semi-recent game. So let's see if AI is listed here. I don't see it listed here. Now I can tell you, as somebody that is, I'm not rich. Oh my gosh. You know, I was out of work for like 8 months. I had a couple of $1,000s worth of Apple stock. And long story short, I was applying for jobs. Job market was horrible. And fact was, like, I remembered a promise from a publisher I'm not going to mention, that if I made a prototype of a game design document, I showed them that they were going to fund me. The business manager said, yes, we will fund you. And I was like, wow, awesome. So I had Samuel and Lucy, and I was just like, awesome, we got it. But another person, I'm not going to mention who, was like, no, we want a vertical slice of the game. And when I talked to other developers, they said, yeah, this is common. Publishers want the game like 80 to 90% done, and then they will make a contract with you to pay you and your staff for the last couple of months. You know, pay you for the last couple of months to finish out the game, but require you to give 30 to 50% of net revenue sales to them. So in my mind, I'm like, well, if I'm like 80-90% of the way there, I would rather take out a loan from a bank, or a loan shark in that case, right? Or like payday loan, right? Than, you know, pay you, you know, then set up a contract where you take like 30 to 50% of all the sales. Now, mind you, Steam takes 30%, so you're not getting 100% of the, you know, of the $30. You're getting 75% off that, right? And then at 75%, you're losing 50%. And then you figure it out, you got taxes, you got to pay contractors, staff, like, it becomes a little bit, you know? So it becomes hard. It becomes really hard. And I can tell you, as somebody that, you know, is making an indie game by himself with his own money, thankfully I have a great team. So I, for the demo, did put down, because it does have you state it, AI generated content disclosure. So I did put in, like, you know, the audio effects were, I would say, I forgot how much percentage, but there was a number of horse galloping. That was one of the things. Not all the musket fire. I think musket fire I got from open source, but there were certain things that I got from AI. For the demo, and I clearly state it here, and that's because I reached out to reenactment groups all over the place, I literally friended every reenactment group, posted over and over, please somebody answer me, I will pay you just to come up while you do your drills or whatever. I'll pay you, I'll buy lunch, I'll do everything. I mean, heck, I would even consider paying their hotel fees, but let me just record the audio. And I got no response from reenactment group after reenactment group after reenactment group. I found one Hessian reenactment group, but I constantly emailed them, nothing. And I understand why. It's because it's 17, it's the 250th anniversary. There's numerous documentaries being made, there are numerous movies being made, so they're busy, and it's really next to impossible. I think I put out even just for one voice artist to do, and I like, it was just, it's tough. It's really tough. And I do know developers that are seriously considering, is this tactical? Yeah. That are seriously considering, bushwhack there. That are seriously considering AI, building portions of their game in AI, code-wise and stuff like that, because they're having a hard time finding people. Money's low. I could tell you as somebody that, dude, I don't have a lot of money, right? I don't. When I had to pay Samuel and Lucy, they gave me a discount. Yes, I want to save my turn. Let's do that. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do 2. I'm not pushing my luck, because I wonder if an override will initiate a bug. So I'm just not gonna push my luck. But they gave me a discounted rate, and I literally drained like my accounts. And Sam gave me some great advice. He was like, look, that publisher that was gonna give you a contract, at the last minute, that one person decided against it, and now I would recommend you use AI, because I know you're low on cash, to develop the game. Use AI to kind of like review your code, and then as AI is generating code, read what it does, learn coding as you're doing that, and yeah, so he was suggesting to find alternatives like learn code and things like that. I think AI is a good tool if used correctly. So what I mean by that is, if you are low to middle income, or if you're below the poverty line and you want to make a game, and there is no way you're going to make a game, working at for close to minimum wage, which by the way is still around $7. Some states are at like 15, but even at 15, I mean, you can't afford an apartment, forget about it. You're just not, it's not possible. Even if you get a roommate, it's gonna be, might get by the skin of your teeth. Any one thing will just crash you. Trust me, especially nowadays with everything going up. But if you are one of those people, I can tell you there was a portion of my life where I was bringing home, I was in the military and I was in the reserve. I was bringing home like $150 a week, $170 a week. A friend of mine helped me out with, giving me a lower rent, because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. I slept on a couch. You know, I didn't have anything to move in. I just got to sleep on the couch. So there was no way at that time would I be able to afford a game, you know. But nowadays, like, if you are in that same situation where, you know, you're working part-time or you're making $100 off whatever kind of job that you have, you can, you know, do AI, you know, and develop a game, get artwork done, publish the game, get money, and then hire people to redo all the assets, right? So, like, yeah, you know, that's a great way to get out of the situation that you're in. And you know, look, I'll be honest, guys, the 90% of people that work for a living, blue collar and white collar, and the 10%, the gulf is widening, right? And businesses, from what I've been hearing, and, you know, I watch CNBC and all this stuff, that businesses are tailoring themselves not to focus on the 90%, but to focus on the 10%, because stats show that there was this one stat that I saw that about 50% of, I don't know, GDP or whatever, the amount of money people spend comes from that 10%. So if companies can, you know, focus on that 10%, Patrick Dockery, hey buddy, I remember your original review when HOI first came out, saying how they oversimplified it from previous games. Yeah, they oversimplified it, but they also added, it's weird, they oversimplified it, but they also added weird stuff like more complexity at the same time. Like, you had to deal with the whole industry, spying. So they added more stuff while simplifying the military stuff, which is what everybody wanted. You know, people wanted to play Hearts of Iron for the military and military parts of the game. Let's do this. I don't know what the name of that word says. Okay, I'm not doing 1-to-1. I'm not crazy. Okay, so let's let these forces push forward. Push this guy. All right, I'm kind of curious. I got 5-to-1, but if I use aerial assets, 9-to-6. Ah, that's bad. Ooh, they're taking bad losses. Okay. 5-2. Jeez, man. All right, one more. 6-4. I'll take it just to soften them up. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. All right, I'm not doing that anymore. 5-1. Beautiful. 7-1. Ooh, that's the way I like it done. 13-1. It'd be criminal not to take those chances. And these guys are still good. I wonder if I should. No, let's 8-1. Nah, let's keep going. Destroyed them, Or did they go here? I saw Kiev. I saw something happen at Kiev. What time is it? I don't even have my watch on me. 10 o'clock. I hate Mondays. Oh man, Monday's gonna be tough. Monday will be tough. I'm already exhausted. And I need to do so much stuff before. What the heck kind of tank is this? Their first armored division. Patrick Dockery says they're calling it the K-shaped economy, where only high earners are pushing consumer spending. Oh yeah, that's what I heard a lot on the news. K-shaped economy. Yeah, and you know it's tough, man. Like I got a job. It pays well. Really well. I mean, not really well, but pays a bit more than I got paid as a tier 2 technician. But I'm doing a lot more stuff, and they're utilizing my Mac. What do you call it? My Mac experience. So my Mac experience really helped me out a lot. But yeah, like we're, you know, it's not tier 1, tier 2, it's tier 3, and I think possibly some network admin stuff. Obviously M365 Exchange and M365 admin, things like that. Let's see if I go here and then who's here. Oh, they got 3 rifle divisions. I'm not touching that. What? Oh, seriously? I can't go there? Okay, cool. Nice, we got that. I'm worried that... No, they're not gonna break through. Being paranoid here. 6-1. Gotta love it. Very nice. 3-1. Let's do it. Oh, 67. They lost 67 on that one. Nice. Okay. 4-1. Break them. Nice. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, this K-shaped economy, Patrick, is tough, man. It's you know, especially with the AI, man. Like, so AI, if utilized correctly, can do really cool stuff. Like I was saying earlier, if you are lower, you know, if you're below the poverty line, if you're lower to middle class, right, obviously you're not going to be able to make your own game, right? Because you're going to have to learn programming, you're going to have to learn Blender, you're going to have to learn game logic, you're going to have to learn to make music, or you know, subscribe to libraries that are going to cost a lot of money. So it's something that's going to take you 5, 10, 15 years. It's going to require a lot of work. Now, with AI, I've seen I saw an X post like 2-3 days ago where somebody made like a flight simulator using Google Maps API, where the person was like in a, I don't know, World War II type of plane, and I mean, it was a game. It was fully done in one day, right? So I know some people have like strong feelings about it. It's tough, you know. because people are like, well, you know, the jobs, you know, it's taking away jobs and stuff like that. And I can understand that point of view, right? It's taking away creator jobs, and last thing you want to do is take away creator jobs, right? Creators are awesome. However, what's there? Oh, there's only one rifle division, 4-1. 11 to 50. Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna move the, I'll move half. But, it gives people that are lower income, lower to middle class, and those that are below the poverty level, which there are a lot of people there, right? All you need is $20, right? ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you want to choose, right? And it will do a lot of things for you, and it's just getting better. So, you know, there's that. There is no way somebody that's lower to middle class or below the what do you call it, the poverty line, that's going to be able to afford an artist, right? Because I can tell you, I was on Fiverr, and you know, I could tell you half or more the amount of people on Fiverr are shady. I would get like, you know, I put an order in and they would be like, hey, let's communicate over Discord, and then they would be like, hey, this is more work than I thought, and they're like, I'm gonna need an extra $500, and I'm like, okay, why is it more work, blah blah blah. All right, well, let me buy the assets and then I'll give them to you. And then they'll be like, no, let me buy the assets, and if you could pay over Discord or PayPal. And I'm like, you know what, man, dude, like, I'm from New York, right? I could smell it a mile away, right? So like, stuff like that gets me really upset. 5-1. Wow, they lost 169. Wow, 189. But yeah, I could smell it like a mile away, and I was just like, dude, we're done. So, and a lot of them, you know, will say like, you will ask for like the location, like, I want somebody that's on the East Coast, or somebody in your area, or what have you, right? And you know, they'll, you know, you pull out something, you put something out saying like, you know, like do a search for USA East Coast, level 2, somebody reliable kind of thing, and you know, you set up a order, or you're in the process of setting up an order, and then I think I quoted a couple of times where it said like, user is +6 or 7 hours or 10 hours ahead of you, local time. And I'm like, I said you were in the United States, man. Seriously, like, and I've seen some like shady stuff. So you can't really trust. It's really hard to get trust. So I've been using Indeed. And I've had good I've had good results from it, so that's good. I'm gonna put out for a voice actor for Indeed, and a bug tester, beta tester. I say bug tester all the time. So I'm gonna do that for Indeed. And again, like, you know, I have to pay out of this out of my own pocket, right? And it's tough because like gas is going up, there are expenses around the house, you know, things are breaking, like it just, it's hard. So everybody is like against AI. It's like AI, you know, needs to go away and all this. If used right and done right, right, and if you have good morals, it could change people's lives. You know, it can change people's lives.
People, I fight too.
This is gonna be easy. Oh, they surrendered. Cool. Nice. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's what's Polezi? Is that Polish? Polezi infantry. But it can get those people that are lower income or in the poverty line to you know, to an income base where they can, you know, have extra money, right? You know, where they can, you know, do repairs on their car, and then, you know, things like that, where they can actually increase the amount of money coming into their household, so they don't have to struggle as much. And then if they do attract a good audience, they can say, okay, well, I made the game in AI, I have enough money now to hire you know, physical creators, you know, so that is a huge thing, and I strongly believe that's a great way to kind of no, that's not good. Let's go here. I strongly believe that's like a really good path to follow, right? So if you're thinking about like, hey, I have this game I always wanted to make, you know, even if it's an IP game, right, intellectual property game like Star Wars or Star Trek, change it up a little bit, change the names, you know, do something different, change it up a little bit, enough so that it passes copyright, you know, that you're not going to get sued, right? You know, you can design a game that's that you always wanted to make, right? And I'll be honest, AI is really good at, is really good at a lot of things, and it's getting better. I am really shocked at the level of progression that it's taken. ChatGPT, oh wow, they got a lot of tank divisions there. Claude AI, things like that. What is this? Oh, that's a bread basket. I don't know if I should do that. Let's do that. We need to get more troops down here. Okay. Dang it. Oh, come on. But yeah, I think if used right, you know, and oh, I got a whole core here too. So these are gonna be my reserve cores. I am gonna start utilizing them here. So review there. Dang, it took it from 65 to 55. I thought about being on a train, it's gonna be easier. Or less destructive, whatever. 9th Army. Let's go here. Okay, let's go here. Let's 16th Army. Let's go there. And I got these 4 there. I got 2, 4. Okay. Where is the... Okay. You belong there, my friend. Oh. Nothing. Can't do that. Definitely cannot do that. Patrick Dockery says, yeah, it also feels like scamming has gotten way worse the past few years too. Yeah. Because when I started using Fiverr a couple years ago, like for, I do a nonprofit for the military kind of thing. You know, I was able to find some really good, I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I got really good articles. It's like historical articles on the military and stuff like that. You have to do a little research on it. But now it's like 50-50, maybe even worse. And the reason being is, oh man, they're gonna be in really bad shape. Okay. Like, I'll give you a good example. There was this one girl, woman, that I hired for 1 or 2 articles. She was good. The first and second article were good, enough to publish. And then I had her do one on cybersecurity, and I read it, and I'm like, this is totally AI. And that got me quite a bit upset. You know, you can imagine that would get a lot of people upset. Because I was just like, come on, man, seriously. So I actually had to go into the article and make corrections, and man, it was like, she didn't even correct, I think, the hallucinate, like, just the way the article just read was like so incoherent. Second Panzer Group, and this is the 9th Army. Okay. This is the 3rd Panzer Group.
What now? Now.
Let's start moving the planes first. Planes are in bad shape though, that's the only thing. Oh, and then there's the deployments. These 2 guys are ready. Deployments. Oh, there's a 3rd, nice. Right there. That's 3 more divisions. Chris M says, nothing against AI. Chris M responds, you should use AI in your own game as well. I had to for for some of the audio, not all the audio, but some of the audio. But it's hard, like, you know, it really is. Even for like my team, right? Like, I have one guy that is doing the AI, and he needs to put all the work into that AI, right? So I'm like, James, that's your baby right there, right? And then I have Ben, who's an incredible programmer. He was a junior, you know, like, I took him in as a junior level programmer, and like, I think I'm gonna remove the junior because he's done some incredible things. So much so that, like, yeah, like, he's done such incredible things that, like, yeah. I think we are good, right, in
That's
this thing.
the Power One kid.
Yeah, let's click enter. But yeah, so then I have been doing the programming work, some incredible work. Oh, it auto saves too. Nice. And then I have Sophia, who's doing a lot of work. Did all the 3 maps and the 2.5D. Again, Ben is doing the elevation. I'm doing some of the game logic on how. Oh man, I gotta get stuff to James tomorrow
I got it.
about the AI. Yeah. So like, it requires a lot of work. And then I have my nonprofits, so that's requiring work. Then I have my full-time job, so it's really hard to keep on top of things.
I get 20 bucks. 21.
I saw an article, or I saw something on the internet recently, and this had me thinking.
Has it at less than 10%.
I do you. I can fly. You not. You're.
Okay, so this is Chappie. I think he's former 11 Bravo. If you're not familiar with 11 Bravo, that's infantry. I think he's former 11 Bravo. But he had this video out. I didn't watch it yet, but in fact, I gotta probably put that to my watch list. But I watch him, and I watch if you want 2 good YouTube channels, and this gentleman is an officer, MP, so he served Iraq, Afghanistan, or both. And you know, he does stuff on, you know, all the stuff that's happening politically and militarily and stuff like that. So I follow those 2. I also follow one person that I interviewed, which can't think of his name. All right, if I think of his name, I'll mention it. But those are really good channels to follow.
A baton. A baton.
But you know, the one thing that I'm worried about a lot, honestly, is you know, a lot of economic experts are like talking about how what do you call it? That I think last time I got gas was like $3.99. I think it's gonna go back up, right? And it's gonna go to 4. Some people are projecting closer to 5. Some are even projecting, depending on how long it takes, $5-6 a gallon. I don't know, honestly. These are all, what do you call it? They're all in essence guesses, educated guesses. But I mean, they're economists, so you know, it's not something that you would take with a grain of salt. Jeez, 1-to-1, that's horrible. 2-to-1, gosh, man. All right, let's. And I don't have anybody else, right? No other airplanes. Nope. Let's go closer. Okay. All right, let's try this out. 2-to-1. Oh man. 45 to 22. I'm not doing that again. It's because they're, you know, no offense to the Romanians, but yeah, and you know, it's not only the gas, right? Diesel is, I think, between $5 to $6. Now diesel is what powers all the trucks, right? So that means everything that's on the truck has to go up in price to deal with that. I've heard they're laying off truck drivers because they're like, hey, listen, for us to maintain a profit, we're still going to keep store shelves stocked, but instead of like, you know, let's say you go to your Walmart, right? Instead of having, pasta from the front of the case to the back of the case and stacked top and bottom, right? It's going to be maybe 4, right? And that really concerns me. And it's something one of my old U.S. Army National Guard Staff Sergeant used to say. And she always told us this. And I mean, I told my family at the time, this was during when we were fighting Al Qaeda, that she was saying that you should always have like 2 weeks worth of water and rations at the very minimum. And I didn't do that because I was just like, well, I don't care about that for myself because I'll be on active duty. So like, but I was just like, I believe I told my friends and family, I'm like, hey, if something happens, you guys should probably have something like this. All right, let's see if I can 4 to 1. Let's do it. Nice, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. That's the way I like it. All right, and then I'm gonna move him here. I'm gonna try to make a line because I feel like they're gonna make a rush. 59. Oh gosh, man. Hold on, let me check this out. All right, if I did not do, yeah, it's better to just do it that way, right? Being a little cray-cray there. All right, let's move you here. Let's move you there, there, there. And then I'll put you right there. This is 6th Army. Okay, cool. 33 to 1. Forget about it. That's yeah, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna do that definitely. If anybody can take that position, no, nobody can. Okay. I am going to. There's 2 there. I am gonna do this. How about these 2? No. How about just 1? No. No, nothing. Okay. Why? I'm taking this cavalry guy out. I don't know why I have a cavalry guy. You can go right off into the sunset, my friend. Yeah. I mean, it's tough out there. I just filled up my tank. And normally it would be like $30 to $40, somewhere around there, and it was like over 50, and I didn't even get to fill it 100%. So that's gonna be something I keep an eye on. But I'm gonna try to stay positive. Stay positive. Do the 1. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We got games like this coming out. 2 to 1. I don't know. Let's do some aerial bombing first. That's bad. Okay. Well, was it 3 to 1 just a minute ago? I don't know, but that's concerning. Oh yeah. 4 to 1. Got him. 3 to 1. Can I move you up? I don't think it's gonna make a difference though. Beautiful. 2 to 1. Let's do it. 3 to 1. I'm not gonna do it it again. I don't like the casualties I was taking with that.
12, 11, 10, 9.
And I'm probably gonna have to end in a couple of minutes, guys, because I do have to. Oh man, I gotta do a devlog for the Glorious Cause. So I gotta do a devlog. So if you go to Glorious Cause, you can go to Patreon. Now everything on Patreon is technically free. The only thing that we charge for on Patreon is physical items or digital items. So like Order of Battle art plates and Art of the Revolution. So I have to hire some artists to do this. Which reminds me, I gotta put a note in about that. So yeah, it comes in 4K and all that good stuff. Discord access is already there, so if you want to go to Discord, it's free. And then for like Continental Officer, you get credits in the game. You get a signed collector's poster, the one that Lucy made. Steam early access, so you get the actual, you know, if you do this at $25, you actually get the Steam code, so you don't have to pay for it. You get that biannual physical reward. I wanted to do this, and I know financially it probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to do like a t-shirt, cap, or poster twice a year. For a Continental Officer and Continental General here, you get opening credits. I think there's even more. There's a militia unit, I think, here. Yeah, there is. So even in this one, you get. Okay, I don't think that is supposed to be there. I have to fix that. But anyway, I'll have to fix that tonight because if somebody gets that right now, I have to kind of honor that. Okay. But you get a biannual physical reward, and then Continental General. So here you get what do you call it? For the opening credits. So as like the intro comes out, you get your name right there. You get Steam Early Access, you get a monthly Art of the Revolution, you get digital this, you get early access. I'm gonna hire, I'm gonna get a American Revolution band to, you know, do a soundtrack. That's gonna cost a lot of money, I know, but signed collector's poster, box copy. I had a supplier all lined up for this, and they went out of business, so I'm finding a new one. And then you can attend our live meetings on Saturdays. So yeah, if you become a Continental General for $50, wow, that's actually, I thought I was gonna do that for $100, but okay. And then here again, you get just even more prestigious development voting power. So in terms of like certain features, what battles, so like if there's a poll and it's like tied down the middle, your vote will break that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna save it here, guys, because I am exhausted. And I got work tomorrow. And the coffee that I have is wheat coffee. It's not the coffee that I normally drink, so that's gonna hurt me. Beautiful. They're just destroying all these units. Beautiful. Okay, all right. How many you got here? You got 2 of those. Leave one of those 2 guys there. Look at that. That is not even August, and I am by. Tell me I'm by Minsk. Tell me I'm by Minsk. Villainous. Where's Minsk? Where's Minsk? Where's Minsk? There's Kiev. Minsk is Moscow, Slomensk, and then Minsk should be somewhere right about. Did I take Minsk already? I might have took Minsk. Where the heck is Minsk? Am I losing my mind here? Slomensk? I'm not gonna pronounce that. Novigrad. Okay. Oh, Minsk is right there. So I'm on the like the outskirts of Minsk. So I think I'm ahead of the game. So, and thanks to my awesome buddy, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you can, I would highly appreciate it if you can go to the Glorious Cause, follow, wish list it. It would help a lot. If you want to go even further, you can become a member of the Glorious Cause on Patreon for free, and get all these dev logs and all, you know, bunch of stuff that we're, you know, doing. And yeah, so this is going to be the most the Glorious Cause, honestly guys, once we hit phase 3, it is going to be unlike any other strategy game, at least historical strategy game ever made. And why I say that is because there's going to be a strategic layer and there's going to be a tactical layer. Now, I know some of you guys would be thinking like, well, Grand Tactician already has that in Civil War. They do. They have Grand Tactician. They do have, you know, what do you call it? The strategic layer. You zoom in, right? You can see the armies. When armies collide, you hit play, right? And it takes you to a pre-generated or a preset map where, you know, you move your forces. Our game is not going to be that. What our game is going to be, and I guess if I can find it, I don't know if it's this one, maybe it is, I don't know. But basically, it's right now we're doing the tactical screens for the game, right? The tactical portion of the game, which is what we need before we go to the strategic aspect. But basically, when you play this game, right, you're going to have a mini map here, right? And you're going to have, you know, everything from Lower Canada to the Caribbean, Western Pennsylvania to the Atlantic, including on the top right, Europe. Now, let's pretend, you know, we're in, like, let's pretend this is Boston, let's pretend this is New York City, whatever, right? You can use your mouse scroll and scroll down, and it'll go into this hex-based map. Well, actually, the 2.5D hex-based map that we're doing now. So it's not gonna do a pre-generated map. You're gonna have that hex-based map right there. So it's going to do something that has not been done before, and with your support, we're going to do it. 0.4 is a huge release. I know I put down in, what do you call it, in Steam what 0.4 is going to have. Let's just say there's going to be a lot of surprises. We kind of expanded what 0.4 is, and the reason being is I want this game to release at a state that wows people, that says, I got my money's worth, I really enjoyed the game. It's not complex, it's not grognard, but it's not too simple, it's right in the middle, right? And which is basically what I feel this game is. And this is why I am obsessed with, you know, Kraken Studios, Alvaro's games, because, like I said, it's It's not as grognard as War in the East 2. It's not as simple as, Strategic Command, World War II, World at War. It's right in that middle. It gives you some of that grognard, it gives you some of that simplicity, and makes it right there. I love that. Anyway, hopefully